So welcome everyone to the Flora Chic workshop. This is our brand new fragrance from Artistry. You know, 2016 is the year Artistry continues to push boundaries. It's continuous discovery, boundless imagination, and groundbreaking acts of intervention and invention. So 2016 Artistry launches the fragrance category and continues to move beauty forward. We're really excited to introduce you to the Flora Chic fragrance. I wonder if you can imagine charming the world with a unique chic style. So what do you think of when you actually hear or see the word chic? And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to sort of think of that word and what comes into your head when you think of the word chic. So there are many elements of chic, and if they all had a scent, it would be Flora Chic. So imagine charming the world with a unique chic style. And throughout history, people have spoken about fragrance, and it's clear that this fascination with scent is never ending. These memorable quotes speak of love, luxury, and mystery surrounding perfume. The source of inspiration comes from the woman who is the essence of effortless elegance, irresistible with allure and effervescent sense of joyfulness. The fragrance charming her, she charms the world. The fluid notes of luring her, she lures with the finesse and refinement that most exquisitely evocate the word chic. So why do we love to wear fragrance? Fragrance can enhance our mood. It can make us feel empowered and confident. It can attract and charm others. And it can create an aura of allure and even mystique. It's a form of communication with others, to share the facets of your personality, to choose to express without saying a word. It becomes part of your identity. It becomes part of your signature. You know, fragrance can evoke memory, and it can take us back to a place or a person that we had a special connection to. And I often, when I'm doing fragrance workshops, and I have done in the past, I've asked people to smell a fragrance and ask them what they think of, what do they remember, what evokes your memory of that particular essence. Some people say, oh, it reminds me of a place. You know, when I was on holiday, it reminds me of my grandmother. It reminds me of a special person. So fragrance has got that, it can actually evoke memory. It can take you back to a time, and a time that is very comfortable. Also, wearing a fragrance received as a gift creates an emotional connection to that gift giver. So it's a very powerful gift, and it's a very personal gift as well when you're giving fragrance. So to represent the youthful exuberance and the spirit of the Artistry Flora Chic, we're really proud to introduce Christine Froseth, and she's the face of the fragrance and the perfect complement to our current global spokesperson, Teresa Palmer. As you know, Teresa's an accomplished actress and represents the beauty ideal of a self-made, independent woman who has achieved her aspirations with strength and poise. Christine, who began modelling at the early age, brings an international fashion credibility to the brand. Her breakout moment was walking the runway for Prada and appearing in the winter 2013-14 Prada fashion campaign. They call it their fall campaign. Christine, with her fresh aspirational beauty and approachable personality, exquisitely embodies the essence of the Artistry Flora Chic. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love this picture. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And Christine really is a fantastic representative for this beautiful fragrance. So Artistry Flora Chic is a floral fragrance, and it's part of the most popular category of the fragrances, which are woody, oriental, fresh, aromatic, and of course floral. So let me introduce you to each category, because what I want to do today is I want to give you a history of fragrance, you know, not just the Flora Chic, but I want to go through fragrance and the notes of fragrance so that you understand the background of fragrance. When you understand the background of fragrance, you'll really understand how we put together the Flora Chic fragrance. So let me introduce you first to the most popular category, and that's the floral category. And this is what the Flora Chic is. It's a floral fragrance. It's the largest and most popular fragrant family, and it features fragrances with notes of blossoms and fresh cut flowers. Used as a single note, for example, just roses, it can be also used as a great bouquet, so a mixture of different cut flowers. So from the traditional to the very exotic. So scents range from rich and intense to very soft, tender and luminous type of fragrances. So as I said, the Flora Chic fits into the floral category, but other Flora category fragrances that you might know of are Durissimo by Dior, Daisy by Marc Jacobs, and Flowers by Kenzo. So these are some other floral fragrances as well. Now, one of the other categories that is quite popular is Oriental. And these are a mixture of warmth and sensuality. And the main notes include vanilla resins such as frankincense and warm spices. And fragrance and perfumes that fit into the Oriental category, and you'll recognize as Yves Saint Laurent Opium, Guerlain Shalimar, and also Coco Noir by Chanel. One of the other categories is woody, and woody fragrances are often sexy, warm, nurturing, and the main notes include aromatic woods such as sandalwood, oak moss, patchouli, tobacco and leather. So you'll find fragrances with these type of ingredients: Miss Dior, The One by Dolce & Gabbana, and Just Cavalli by Robert Cavalli. And then last of all, we have we've also got two others. We've got Fresh, and Fresh are more sort of sparkling, dynamic, stimulating type of fragrances. And the main notes include citrus fruits, such as lemon, lime, and grapefruit. And also you'll find bergamot and marine and aquatic notes. Now, some of the fragrances that fit into this category are Clinique, Happy, Clarins, Dinamisant, and Chanel, Chance. You'll also find the Issey Miyake fragrance fits into the fresh category as well. Now, in the aromatic, these are very energizing type of aromas. They're clean, they're timeless. Some of the main notes include lavender and aromatic herbs. So you'll find the fragrances that fit into aromatics are Clinique Aromatics, 4711. Do you remember that fragrance? Very popular with our grandmothers. L'Occitane, Jasmine and Bergamot Eau De Toilette also fit into the aromatic range. So some of these I know that you'll recognize, and I know that some of you would wear some of these fragrances. And it's really interesting to note what notes and what categories they fall into. So a fragrance is linked with emotions and moods. The mucous membranes and nerve cells of the nose receive and send signals to a part of the brain that's not only linked to the sense of smell, but it also is responsible for feelings, emotions, and needs. Fragrance causes the mind to create a steady flow of mental images that recreate the experience and location associated with that scent. Fragrance has an effect on stress and concentration levels. It can also alter moods and trigger memories. You know, and scent is something that has been used for centuries. You know, oils, essential oils have been used for many centuries for many different ailments, and also to help with lots of different circumstances in our life, such as what I've just said, emotions, and also stress and concentration. So all of the senses, our senses of smell is the one that's capable of evoking the strongest of memories. It's capable of transporting us in an instant to distant times and distant places. It conjures memories of love, of pleasure, and of youth. So tying perfume with its connection to memory is incredibly strong. So they say now that they may have forgotten what you wore, but your perfume will always linger. And I hear that a lot when we speak of fragrance. I hear people say, oh, that fragrance always reminds me of, or that fragrance always reminds me of a time that I went to. So it's got that fantastic connection. So 90% of women and 81% of men who identify themselves as trendsetters use perfume or cologne. Some women love to align their fragrance use with well-known designers and also personalities, while others also like to have an exclusive fragrance that creates interest and evokes conversation. And it also sets them apart as a trendsetter and an individual. And I know with the Flora Chic, when you wear it, because it's a new fragrance, people are going to recognize the floral, but they won't be able to put their finger on it and really recognize what fragrance that you're wearing. So you'll find just by wearing the Flora Chic itself that it will evoke a conversation. What fragrance are you wearing? So after applying skincare and makeup, fragrance is the final touch in a woman's beauty ritual before she faces the world. It's not only to be saved for special occasions, it can help us, make every day seem special and beautiful. And that famous quote is, "You're never fully dressed without your perfume." And I love that quote. So now more than ever, and as I said before, a lot of women are allying themselves to a fragrance that has the name of a favorite actress or even singer. It actually does, it help us now be able to wear a fragrance every day. It's not a special occasion fragrance anymore. Fragrance is to be worn every day. So as you make every day feel special, you have more opportunities to charm the world and delight in yourself. You know, Coco Chanel quoted so perfectly. It's the unseen, the unforgettable, ultimate accessory of fashion that heralds your arrival and prolongs your departure. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just lovely. Okay, let's go through the history of fragrance because this is really fascinating. You know, the history of fragrance can be traced back to the ancient civilizations, most notably, you know, the Egyptians, who considered that their fragrances to be the sweat of their sun god, Ra. Ancient Egyptians pressed oil from ingredients like frankincense, cedar, myrrh to create fragrances. And most of the items, which were their source of scents, were plant-based, ranging from flowers to resins and woods. Now, the purpose of fragrance has remained the same from those ancient times to the present day, an attraction to appealing, with scents. Ancient Egyptians valued cleanliness very highly and used fragrance to further their cleansing rituals. Now, Guerlain, founded in 1828, and Coty, founded in 1904, were the first big companies to mass-produce fragrance. Before that, it was a very exclusive, only for the rich to be able to use. And now the oldest fragrance, believe it or not, is 224 years old, and it's still produced today. Do you know what it's called? I bet some of you will guess it. And if you've guessed 4711 Eau de Cologne, you've guessed right. But you know, it was Coco Chanel, the founder of the Chanel label, in 1921, who was the first designer or courtier to actually put her name or use her name on perfume. When Chanel No. 5 launched in 1921, it smashed sales records and it made perfume history. And therefore, the designer fragrance was born. And after Coco Chanel, and she set that trend, most of the other designer houses were actually then stepping up to create their own fragrance. So since the early 20th century, women and men around the world have seen fragrance as a fashion accessory and a signature of who they are. You know, it's part of their everyday lifestyle. So here's some more fun facts about perfume. In a recent study, men thought women wearing a floral citrus scent were 12 pounds lighter. Can you believe that one? I don't know about that one, but these apparently reputable statistics made me laugh. Whiffing lavender oil during your next dental visit may blur the memory of your pain. Well, there you go. And everyone has a unique smell, except for identical twins. Taste is about 75% smell, and I actually believe that because I actually knew someone who lost their sense of smell and they lost their taste as well. So they said that they couldn't taste things as well. So I know that one to be true. So the $1 Million Nose, or he's called the $1 Million Nose, Jean Carles, a famed French perfumer who created scents such as Miss Dior, was said to have insured his nose for $1 million. Now, if you're called a nose in France, then that is the highest compliment that someone can make, and that means that you are an expert in fragrance, an expert in developing fragrances. So expensive tastes. The most expensive perfume in the world is Imperial Majesty. It's part of Clive Christian's fragrance. And would you believe it's priced at $215,000 for 16.9 ounces? It's served in a Baccarat crystal bottle with an 18-karat gold collar and 5-carat diamond. So if you're feeling very wealthy, you can go out and get yourself a bottle of that one. It might have to be a lotto win for me. So just before I carry on to the notes, just wanted to point out also that rubbing your wrists together is a real no-no. So when you're actually trying fragrance, please don't rub your wrists together. So if you have the habit of rubbing your wrists together after spraying a scent, you know, don't continue, because typically perfumes are a complex combination of top notes, heart notes, and base notes. And the top notes are more delicate and they fade very quickly, while the base notes are very long-lasting. The friction caused by rubbing your wrists together increase the interaction of the fragrance with your skin's natural oils, which can end up distorting the scent. So you don't get the true scent. So what we often say is spray, let it dry, and then smell, and you get the true essence without bruising the fragrance. So another interesting fact about perfume, you know, did you know that a fragrance is created by joining a combination of notes together? And each note has a different scent. And these scents, they actually vary in intensity and nuance. And the term notes is borrowed from the language of music to indicate the olfactory impression of a single smell, or to indicate the three parts of a perfume. You've got your top note, your middle note, and your base note. And it's really important when you're actually talking to someone about fragrance that you understand what these notes are. So let me just go through them with you. The top note is the initial impression you get after application. So you spray on the fragrance. If you take that fragrance straight to the nose, all you'll smell is the top note. Now the top note ingredients, they diffuse very quickly, and this note gives the fragrance its immediate appeal. So you often hear people say, oh, I love that fragrance, that's gorgeous, or oh no, that's far too strong for me. But then when they smell it, say about 10 minutes later, they find that, you know, they can, it smells completely different. So the middle note is what we call our harmonious note. So it's a harmonious blend of ingredients which forms the body of the fragrance. It's detected after a few minutes after the top note has dispersed, when the fragrance is developed on the skin for a few minutes. And when I used to sell fragrance quite a few years back, what we used to do is spray onto the wrist and then just hold the hand. And that stopped the customer from taking their hand straight up to their nose and automatically smelling the top note. And as you're just very lightly holding the hand, you're explaining a little bit about the fragrance. So it gives the notes a chance to just settle on the skin. So then when the customer actually picks their wrist up to smell, they're getting all the notes working together. So let's have a look at the base note. This is the final stage of the fragrance, and it's once described as the true fragrance, as the ingredients appear slowly as it develops on the skin. So most probably an example would be if you've ever had a fragrance sprayed on your skin rushing through a department store. You smell it immediately and you either like it or dislike it. However, if you smell it again 10 minutes later, it smells completely different. So when smelling a fragrance for a first time after it's been sprayed onto the skin, always wait a few minutes for it to settle before you smell. Now, it's quite popular now for when you're going and smelling fragrance, especially if you're in a department store, is they hand you a fragrance card. This is all well and good. You can actually smell that fragrance card, maybe a few minutes, pop it in your bag, take it out, smell it. You get the true scent of the fragrance, but keep in mind, fragrance needs to go on the skin, and it will change depending on how it settles on your skin. Everyone has, different oils on their skin, and the fragrance will actually settle on the skin, mix with your own natural oils, the heat of your skin, and that's when a fragrance will smell quite different on me to maybe smell different on yourself as well. A lot of people will say that certain fragrances will smell quite different on a blonde-haired person than a dark-haired person, or someone with a very fair skin compared to someone with a very olive skin. And this has to do with the amount of natural oils that are in the skin. So the exclusive combination of notes that compose of Artistry Flora Chic is inspired by the legendary gardens in Paris. Now, the top note is French clementine. And as the fragrance first touches your skin, you experience a soft burst of sparkling French clementine citrus, a cross-cultivation of mandarin orange or mandarin floral and sweet orange freshness. This essence imparts a sense of effervescent energy and joy. So it's got that fruity top note. But the middle note is Bulgarian rose. And as the precious drops settle deeper into your skin, you experience the full bloom of the Bulgarian rose. And at once the soft and deep sensual and sweet essence will settle on your skin. So with a limited harvest season from only mid-May to mid-June, it is essential that this delicate rose be handpicked to capture its ultimate essence. So this is why the essence of the Bulgarian rose is quite an exclusive fragrance. It also gives a feeling of happiness and pleasure as it imparts on the skin. The base note is Lang Lang Madagascar. And the Lang Lang Madagascar notes soon begin to mingle with the Bulgarian rose, and it creates a full body of the fragrance. The Lang Lang Madagascar flowers are sustainably harvested only when in full bloom. The younger buds are left to mature in order to produce the highest quality and the freshest essence, and it's believed to calm and cause relaxation on the skin. So two very exclusive ingredients, the Bulgarian rose, and remember that this has a limited harvest. It's only picked from mid-May to mid-June, and your Madagascar, Lang Lang Madagascar, which also is only picked when in full bloom. So this makes the essences and the notes quite exclusive. So where you apply your fragrance is really key to enjoying the scent. It allows the fragrance to last a lot longer. So you may already know that some of the optimal areas for application are known as pulse points, and they include the wrists, the most common, behind your ears, inside your elbows, the nape of your neck, the crease behind your knees, and also your collarbone. Now these pulse points are the place that emit the most heat, and that's why we recommend them at those points. It allows the scent to diffuse out from your body without being too overwhelming. So for the most enjoyable fragrance experience, choose only 1 or 2 pulse points and spritz each area once or twice. So if you're applying on the wrist, remember, don't rub your wrist together as this is going to bruise the fragrance. So let your fragrance dry. It takes a few seconds and then smell the fragrance. So the Artistry Flora Chic was developed exclusively for artistry by the prestigious fine fragrance house of Gévaudan, and it's located in Paris, France. It's a global leader in fragrance creation, and its perfumers have designed the world's most sought-after scents for over 250 years. To create a distinctive and exclusive feminine fragrance, Artistry Flora Chic was evaluated with over 100 fragrances and then refined through numerous variations. Using the highest quality raw materials, each note was finely balanced until perfection was ultimately achieved. So we're really proud of the development of the Flora Chic fragrance. You know, we now have a fragrance of incredibly high quality and also developed and made by, you know, one of the best fragrance houses in Europe. So some of the other fragrances, you might be interested to know that this particular company or house, fragrance house, they've actually made fragrances for some of the most world sought after fragrances. So some of the other fragrances developed are fragrances such as Opium, Yves Saint Laurent, Obsession for Women, Calvin Klein, J'adore by Dior. They've developed fragrances for Prada. They made Angel, Terry Mugler, which is a very highly sought after fragrance. They've made fragrances for Gucci, Tommy Hilfiger, they made Tommy Girl, and also Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. So these are just some of the fragrances that this particular fragrance house is made for. So now we sit into that exclusive range of fragrances. It's also really good to know too, when you're talking fragrance to your customers, that they know the history behind the fragrance and the reputation of the development of that fragrance as well. So this is also really important because a lot of people will ask you, what's the difference between an Eau De Toilette and an Eau De Perfume? Well, an Eau De Perfume contains a high concentrate of aromatic ingredients than an Eau De Toilette. Eau De Toilette contains more alcohol, so the scent doesn't last as long. It actually evaporates quicker. Artistry Flora Chic is classified as an Eau De Perfume. Eau De Perfume is the most popular form of women's fragrances. It's designed for a long-lasting fragrance impression as the catalyst to create unforgettable moments. So don't forget, when someone asks you, you can actually say to them, no, the Flora Chic is of high quality and it's an Eau De Perfume. So it means it's going to last a lot longer. So let's have a look at the beautiful bottle. It's absolutely gorgeous. The bottle and the cap are exquisitely imagined creations. And, you know, with the cap alone composed of 20 individual components and crafted with the personal touch of 28 artisans. Now, as with each carefully chosen detail and design element, the colours of the bottle and the cap were chosen for their prestigious qualities. Metallic gold was selected for its extravagant representation of luxury, and soft pink for its expression of chic and eternal femininity. So the bottle, its curves echo the beauty of the feminine form, as its multitude of eye-catching and light-catching facets symbolize a multi-dimensional life unique to each woman. And with the finishing touch of her fragrance, she creates a special moment that amplifies her confidence and personal sense of chic. Enhancing the cap, a ribbon of raw silk, unconfined to the ties of a bow, allude to the ties of a ballet slipper, symbolizing elegance, grace, and strength. And the silk was chosen for its luxurious texture, reinforcing its hand-fashioned quality. The 20 components are all the small parts and pieces which comprise the cap. The fabric, the glue, the tap, the metal screws, etc., which are needed for our cap. And the artisans we reference are the people which work to bring the cap together into the beautiful piece that it is. Maintaining the integrity of the design with the silk fabric on the cap and the ribbon was really key to us. We wanted to be sure to offer our IBOs a first fragrance that they would be proud of to use for themselves, gift to others, and sell to their customers to expand their business. So Flora Chic is part of the global market of fragrance, which is estimated to be worth about $40.1 billion. Excuse me, got a bit of a tickle in my throat. So in 2016, the fragrance market is really growing. It's enormous. You know, demand is growing every year as the definition of fragrance has crossed over into markets of cosmetics, fashion, and also lifestyle products as well. You know, it's interesting to note that 60% of annual fragrance purchases are made in the 3 months preceding the holiday season. So that's Christmas. That's now, with a large proportion of these for high quality perfume. So now is most probably the best time to talk to our customers about fragrance. And because we now offer a desirable, elegant, and up-to-the-minute fragrance, we're in an excellent position to benefit from our festive sales. So, however, first of all, our customers need to know that we've got a new fragrance to offer. So don't forget to contact your customers, talk about Flora Chic on Facebook, Twitter about Flora Chic, and also offer a new customer and follow up our customers with the opportunity to trial the new fragrance. You know, a light spray of Flora Chic at the end of a consultation is an essential. And everyone loves to try a new fragrance, don't they? So don't forget our limited Christmas edition as well. You know, this is only while stocks last. The Artistry Flora Chic Shimmering Body Lotion. And this is a luxurious body lotion. It's highly scented with the precious essence of Artistry Flora Chic fragrance. I love fragrant body lotion. You know, it's lovely to extend the wear of your fragrance, or maybe you just want a very light washer fragrance and you can use it and on the body and it just stays with you all day. So the moisture-rich formula nourishes and smooths your skin as a delicate infusion of pearlescent gold shimmers bestow a supple glow of breathtakingly beauty on the skin. Now the Shimmering Bath and Shower Gel is absolutely gorgeous. So you can experience a pure luxury washing over you as this purifying, gentle formula leaves your skin feeling really hydrated. It's soft and smooth while uplifting and refreshing your spirits. It's delicately scenting your skin with the fragrance of Flora Chic. Now the gel's supple infusion of pearlescent gold shimmers and also bestows that gorgeous soft glow of exquisite beauty on the skin. So it's the most beautiful product to use in the shower, in the bath, and then finishing with your beautiful body lotion. When you're ready to go out, just a small spray of your Flora Chic fragrance will just finish off your outfit. Perfect for this upcoming festive season. So don't forget to treat yourself and give as a gift. So, you know, we often talk about fragrance and fragrance as giving to, you know, family, giving to friends, recommending to customers. But what about yourself? Treat yourself and purchase a bottle of the Flora Chic and, you know, use it yourself. When you wear the fragrance yourself, of course, that then creates a conversation, doesn't it? It creates communication. People will actually smell it on you. They'll ask, what's that gorgeous fragrance that you're wearing? And it will start a conversation about your fragrance and an appointment to go and visit a customer to show them the fragrance. So tonight I'm going to finish off with a couple of parting quotes from two very famous women. No elegance is possible without perfume. It's the unseen, unforgettable, ultimate accessory. I said this one before. Can you remember who it was? Yep, Coco Chanel. And one of my favorite sayings, there are no women who don't like perfume. There are women who have not found their scent. So this was said by Marilyn Monroe. And she loved the floral fragrances. So that's our workshop for tonight. That's our Flora Chic. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about fragrance. Don't forget that you can actually refer back to this webinar when it goes up on the website, most probably tomorrow, or what's tomorrow? Thursday. At the latest, it will go up next Monday. So keep an eye on that. Have a fantastic session with this and see how many you can recommend for the Christmas season. You know, how many people can you introduce Flora Chic to? Have fun doing this. This is a great part of your business. You know, we always say, you know, skincare is the base of our business. You know, color is fun, but perfume is just one step ahead. It's just gorgeous. It makes us feel just so feminine, and it's beautiful to recommend and wear as well. So I'm going to close the recording now, and if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me, you know, please do so. I'll be on the line for the next couple of minutes,